after a long break and me finally saying I'm gonna scale Yusuke. Well, we're doing that today. So buckle your seatbelts and let's get right into it. You're first gonna be starting off with Yusuke speed. Now, as early as Yu Yu Hakusho can get, Yu Yu Hakusho is pretty early on FTL, despite what many people might be in awe and disbelief. We know that Hiei is able to dodge Yusuke's spirit gun early on in the series. The spirit gun has properties of light, being the fact that it can reflect on, mirrors. And we know how mirrors and light work. So, therefore, early on, Hiei should scale, at least in his demon form, he should scale, faster than light. And we know that Yusuke, he scales above that pass. I don't even need to explain why if you watch the show. Light speed in Yu Yu Hakusho is very consistent due to the fact that Genkai can control the properties of light, and most of her attacks are light based. And we know that characters like Makai can shoot multiple photons at once, and a bunch of Yu Yu Hakusho characters, especially Yusuke, are faster and could easily blitz him. So light speed Yu Yu Hakusho is pretty consistent. I would say that Yusuke should be in the MFTL ranges due to the fact that very early on in the series, Yusuke is able to scale to characters who can dodge light, and during the end, Yusuke is considered like one of the S class ranking demon fighters, and we know the significant, and I mean significant difference between a C class demon and an S class demon, and which is where Hiei is classified as. Think about it like this. When you consider an A to an S, there's a huge significant gap. Each class have a huge significant gap between them. So just imagine that. I could go out to the chain scaling, but this is just a rough estimate. Yusuke should be MFTL. Some counter arguments to early Yu Yu Hakusho being light speed is the fact that Yusuke was, he struggled to dodge lightning, and he is hit by multiple times. But people fail to realize Yusuke was weakened at this point, and not to mention the fact that he is also shown dodging it, and he's also shown dodging characters who can react to lightning, such as Yusuke reacting to Sakazu's lightning, and Sakazu is able to catch lightning, and Yusuke is able to dodge him multiple times. Now, another counter argument that I like to make is the fact that lightning in the Yu Yu Hakusho verse could just be light speed, or characters such as Sakazu could amp lightning to the point that it makes them light speed, and even faster than licensed Yusuke should be already light speed, but prior to this fight, as he gets stronger from the Hiei, fight. So therefore, those are two counter arguments to that argument. The argument is really dumb. If you watch the series, you'll understand. Now we can get on to AP. When we talk about AP in Yu Yu Hakusho, most of the AP scaling are like minor things during the beginning of Yu Yu Hakusho. You have feats such as, Sensui's power being so potent that it's threatening like the whole earth, and this is multi-continental, as the fact that it's supported that like the Spirit Defense Force, who are only there for like really serious threats, and they even say that this is an international destruction of Earth, which should be multi-continental. But let's go back to Sensui's statement about him being almost able to destroy the Earth. Like the Earth can barely contain him at like 20% of his power. Yeah, if 20% is nearly threatening to destroy the Earth, then therefore at 100 he should be multi-planetary, or at least maybe low star, dwarf star, around those ranges. But those are some minor things. That's not what I really want to talk about. Those are like some of his lower ender feats. But let's talk about Kurabara real quick. My goat. So Kurabara is able to cut hyperspaces. Yes, hyperspaces. Hyperbases should be 4D via the definition, and he is consistently able to cut through these hyperspaces. Now with this in mind, Kurabara should be at least 4D with this scaling, so he should be around low multi or uni plus, around those ranges. And then we know we have this crazy statement, but I'll save it for later. We know that Sensui should be significantly stronger than Kurabara, since he's able to put the hands on him, Hiei, and Kurama in his Yoko state, and they really don't put a challenge to him. Then we know that Yusuke infused with the Makazu, or with his Makazu powers, he's able to beat up Sensui to the point of actually killing him. So Yusuke should at least be 4D, low multi or uni plus around those ranges. Then the scaling becomes crazier if we take it into the Three Kings arc. Let me explain. So we know that a class and S and a low S class demon, and the difference between a high S class and them, the difference is, oh my god, it's incredible. So just imagine now that Yusuke is able to fight on par with a Yomi, who is considered top 3 in terms of demons, and then compare him to his previous state, who was barely able to contend with a Sensui, who Sensui would probably even get at full power, would get one shot by any of these people. Yeah, you could see the huge gap and strength that Yusuke has come. So I would roughly say Yusuke should be uni plus to low multi. I'm leaning more towards the low multi side. In terms of hacks, Yusuke, whenever he uses spirit gun or any of those techniques, it increases his power and his stats times 2, which is very interesting. Yusuke has light based property and techniques, and all of his other hacks aren't really, I don't know, they aren't really that special, because most of them are just variations of really spirit energy attacks and spirit gun. He doesn't really have any overpowered hacks. He's just mostly like a hands-on brawler type beat. But with that being said, in conclusion, Yusuke should be at least low multi to uni plus, and he should be at least MFTL. Now, here's where the crazy scaling comes in that I really don't like to use, only when I'm trying to rap, but Yusuke is stronger than Kurabara. We can all agree that by like it's not even funny. But yeah, Kurabara is stated like the only way he can break out is unless he can transcend dimensions. Kurabara transcends dimensions. Therefore, he should qualify for a low outer, giving Yusuke immeasurable speed. I mean, not immeasurable, irrelevant, but that's a discussion for another day. With that being said, thank you for watching the video, and be sure to look at any one of my other videos. And if you have anyone who you want me to scale, let me know.